I just started streaming this year and grew my following by 300% in 2 months. So let's talk about all the things I wish I knew before I started streaming, hardware and software edition. I said this in my last video, but your mic matters more than your camera. So if you have a bit of budget, I would recommend putting it towards your microphone. For my microphone, I use the Elgato Wave 3. I like it because it's USB, so it's very plug and play, it's beginner friendly and easy to use, but I like the quality. But you definitely don't have to start here. Brands like Firefly on Amazon make really good, solid budget mics. And if you ever want to upgrade later, a lot of streamers use brands like Shure or Elgato. For a camera, I find that a lot of streamers either use an actual DSLR camera or a webcam. For me personally, I wanted something simple that would last me a long time, so I use the Insta360 Link 2C webcam. In terms of hardware, you can really make it your own and customize it to your budget, so I highly recommend doing research to see what would work best for you. Moving on to software. For software, you at the very least need something that's going to send your actual stream to Twitch. And I use OBS, which I feel like is relatively standard for a lot of streamers. So there's a lot of content out there and guides on how to set things up in OBS. And then once you have that all set up, there's all the extra stuff. For commands and stream automation, I use Mixitup. For stream overlays, so things like my sub goal, my follower goal, my chat widget showing on screen, I use Stream Elements. For my alerts, I actually use Twitch's built-in alerts and I add that as a browser source to OBS. And for my audio mixer, I use the Elgato Wavelink, which is free and actually works well with my microphone. There are so many options out there, but honestly, don't feel like you need to use every tool immediately. When you're starting out, focus on the basics. Good audio, decent lighting, stable internet, and just kind of learning how things are going to work and connect in your setup. Also, please do your research before spending money on anything new because everyone's needs are going to look a little bit different. Reddit was honestly super helpful for me when I was starting out because there's a lot of troubleshooting I had to do, and I think a lot of people run into the same issues when learning how to stream. The biggest thing I wish I knew before streaming is that your setup takes time and it's not going to always be perfect. And you really don't need the perfect setup to start. For all of my hardware, feel free to check out the link in my bio to see everything physical that I have in my setup.